Hello, and welcome to What's That Behind You. Many people claim to have seen a UFO in their lifetime, but do any of them have a convincing story to back it up? Whether you believe his claims or not, maybe Travis Walton has that story. Today, we are going to be looking into the strange case of the fire in the sky. Wednesday, November the 5th, 1975, was set to be just another regular work day for 22-year-old Travis Walton. Little did he know that he would have the experience of a lifetime that evening. After a long day of work in the Apache Sitgreaves National Forest, Travis and his logging crew of 6 were riding home when they suddenly noticed a brilliant glow peeking through the trees. As they continued riding down the dirt road, they eventually got close enough to realize the light was emanating from a structured craft. Before the truck came to a complete stop, and mesmerized by what he saw, Travis leapt out to approach the unidentified object as it hovered silently in the clearing. Within moments of his approach, Walton was struck by a vibrant bluish-green beam of light that seemingly came from the bottom of the craft and sent him flying backwards several feet. The immense beam lit up the entire forest, brighter than daylight. The witnesses have compared the beam to a bolt of lightning and a long blue flame. Travis never saw the beam. In a panic, the crew boss and driver of the truck, Mike Rogers, fled the scene as quickly as possible. The crew was utterly baffled as to what they had just witnessed had no earthly explanation. Minutes later, the crew decided to return to the site to help Travis if they could. Much to everyone's surprise, Travis was gone. The crew looked for several minutes and could not find him anywhere. With seemingly no other hope, the crew drove into town and contacted the local sheriff. They explained what they had just witnessed as best they could, and told authorities that a flying saucer had taken their friend Travis Walton. In an effort to prove them wrong, the sheriff conducted a thorough search of the area along with Mike Rogers. They couldn't find him. In the days Walton was missing, all 6 of his co-workers were accused of murder, with no other explanation. Mike Rogers and the rest of the crew stuck to their story. As far as they were concerned, they witnessed a UFO shoot a beam at Travis and knock him to the ground before he suddenly vanished just minutes later. Travis Walton's disappearance had initially been treated as a missing persons case. Arizona sheriffs searched for Travis with scent dogs and helicopters throughout the national forest for 5 days. The most extensive search in Arizona history came to the end when Travis Walton was returned just miles away from where he had been taken. Just after midnight on Monday, November the 10th, 1975, Travis was left lying face down by the side of the road. He says he awoke to see a metallic mirror-like craft departing above him. Travis got to his feet and ran as quickly as he could to find help. Eventually, he found a phone booth at a local gas station in Heber, Arizona, by which he contacted his family. Met with shock and belief, Travis was notified that he had been missing for 5 days. Travis was immediately taken to hospital that found him dehydrated and noticed a puncture wound on his right arm. He had also lost 12 pounds and had grown 5 days worth of facial hair. 5 of the 6 witnesses passed polygraph tests in the days Travis was gone. One of the witnesses, Alan Dallas, walked out of the room before his test was completed. He and Travis had gotten into a fight the morning of the incident, and he felt over-agitated that the police were trying to pin the crime on him. Travis also passed a polygraph test, and medical records indicated no drugs were in his system. Travis returned with faint memories of being examined by alien creatures and accidentally viewing a star system from the craft's cockpit. He believes the beam which struck him in the head and chest killed him upon impact. Walton also believes he was taken on board the craft to be revived. Speaking at a festival to mark the 75th anniversary of the infamous Roswell UFO crash, Travis said, "They weren't little green men. They were small in stature, hairless, and had very large eyes." He continued, "I think there are other reports with similar descriptions, but I don't think that necessarily means that they all come from the same place, or even the same family. It was very blurry and I had some double vision, but I could see the outline of these forms around me. I thought they were doctors, but when my vision got clearer, I could see they were not doctors, and I just flipped out," he added. "The one that was closest to me, I tried to hit away, but I felt like I could hardly move my arm. It was more of a push than a hit, because I was so weakened, but the creature felt soft and lighter than I expected. It fell back into one that was standing just near it," Travis explained. Along with Travis, in the 1965 International Crew Cab truck was his logging crew. Most of the men he knew. A couple of them he'd only known for 2 days. Driving the truck was the crew box, Mike Rogers. Riding in the front and closest to the window was Travis. "It was many years ago that I got out of the crew truck in the National Forest and ran towards a large glowing object hovering in the darkened Arizona sky. But when I made that fateful choice to leave the truck, I was leaving behind more than just my 6 fellow workmen. I was leaving behind, forever, all semblance of a normal life, running headlong towards an experience so overwhelmingly mind-rendering in its effects, so devastating in its aftermath, that my life would or could never be the same again," Travis said. "I know what I saw, and it wasn't anything from Earth," John Goulet said. "I saw a bluish light come from the machine, and Travis went flying, like he'd touched a live wire," Kenneth Peterson said. "The UFO was smooth and was giving off a yellowish-orange light," Dwayne Smith had said. "I've been working these woods for over 30 years, and this is still the damnedest thing that has ever happened to me," quote from Mike Rogers. "We couldn't believe what was happening. The horror was unreal," Alan Dallas said. "The ray was the brightest thing I have ever seen in my whole life," Steve Pierce said. The abduction site was initially inadequately investigated by Bill Spaulding of Ground Saucer Watch in 1976. Travis expressed that he had never met or spoken with Spaulding, nor had Spaulding spoken with any witnesses. The incident was also investigated more seriously by the Aerial Phenomena Research Organization, or APRO, according to Travis. APRO carried the real investigation as they conducted several medical, psychiatric, hypnotic, and polygraph examinations in the summer of 2014. Ben Hansen closely investigated the site again and found signs of significant tree growth in the area, presumably resulting from the UFO's radiation, as noted before. These days, the area where the event happened is a very different place than what it was in 1975. In 2002, a wildfire destroyed the area. The logging road Travis and his friends were on that night has since been decommissioned by the Forest Service. After hearing all of this, what is your view on Travis and his friend's story? Although this has attempted to be debunked many times, Travis passed and taken 12 lie detector tests, along with his friends. These can be seen as unreliable, but he did pass them. Do you believe that Travis got taken, or was it just a mass money spinner? As coming from this, we have seen movies, books, and also TV series. Let me know down in the comments, we can discuss it. If you have enjoyed this video, please leave a like, and also consider subscribing for more strange tales. But for now, don't forget, you can always look at the light, but don't get too close. You never know what craft you may end up on. But after all of that, maybe you should start being afraid of what's behind you.